Welcome back to our coverage of the AMNA Men's and Mixed National Championships, coming to you live from the Janaya Centre in Sydney. This is a men's open game between Queensland and the South Australian side, the Dragons. It's a second versus fifth game. We're bringing this coverage to you live from courtesy of Game Clothing. My name's Dave Mills from AMNA TV. I'm joined in commentary by an absolute netball legend in the men's game, Valance Horn, captain of Australia, 22 test matches. Val, welcome to the coverage.
Thanks, Millsy. Great to be here.
Absolutely. This should be a pretty good game, mate. This is the South Australians are playing for their lives, effectively. They're sitting in fifth spot at the moment in a competition where you only take the top four through. Queensland, only one loss to your New South Wales Blues. Mate, what are your predictions for this game?
I think it's going to be a tight battle. South Australia have nothing to lose and everything to play for, so I think they'll come out hard. They're a real rugged, grinding team, so I think they'll push Queensland all the way. Yeah, it'll be a good game. Absolutely.
The Queensland lineup, we've got Lachlan Carter in the shooter. His brother is on the bench today. His Philip Carter, his mid-court brother, is sitting on the bench. Steve Kerr's the GA. Matt Atkins, who's been carrying an injury for the last couple of games, he hasn't played much, is the wing attack. Glenn Ormisher, the centre. Jackson Rishi, the wing defence. Caleb Meredith, one of our teammates from the old days, is running around at GD. Jake Schuster, the young fella coming back from a knee injury, he's playing at GK. For the fans, Junior Levy sitting on the bench, which makes everyone sad. Mark Nichols is on the bench, as is Miguel Arafuni and Tristan Rui. The coach of this team is none other than Mick Kiker. He's having his third stint with the Queensland side. Assistant coach is Davin Hunt, the most passionate man in Queensland netball, and the manager is Netball Bex, as we call her. The South Australian side, we've got Reece Turner sitting in the shooting spot, Tom Cross the GA. The wing attack is Dion Giaretto, sorry. The centre is Luke Diamond. The wing defender is Travis Wood, GD, Jake Hendricks, and Jeffrey Zammett is the keeper. The bench, Steve McGuinness, the Chris Burton, Braden Collins, Jordan Goggins, and Adam Piatto. So we're underway. We've been playing a couple of minutes. We've got Queensland out to a now 4-1 lead. Big, tall Lockie Carter there slams down the dunk. And South Australia already behind the 8 ball, Val.
Yeah, great start for Queensland. Looking to settle into their rhythm already, but South Australia, I found that they are they disrupt the play. They like to get really tight body on body and try and break up the rhythm. So I think it's good for Queensland that they've settled and found their groove pretty early in the game.
Absolutely, as the shooter there from South Australia, Reece Turtle, takes a tumble. Got a nice hip and shoulder there from Jake Schuster, coming back from knee injury. This is only his third game back. Did his ACL about 12 months ago, and he's just come through the recovery. And as Carter slams down another one, it's 5-1 to the Queenslanders early. We've played 12, and already they've got a pretty healthy lead. So you've played both these teams, Val?
Yeah, yep. We're this is second game of round 2. So we played South Australia on they're our second game on the first day, and yeah, they gave us a good battle. Like I said, they're tight one-on-one. They disrupt a lot of flow, so they'll be looking to do that. I think that's one of the strengths of their games. And yeah, we played Queensland yesterday. That was an intense battle. Queensland, as you would know, Mills, have had quite a few changes, a bit of a changing of the guard with a lot of their, experienced key players from years gone past taking a break or stepping aside this year. So they've brought through some young ones and some debutants, but I think they're performing really well for them.
Absolutely. Queensland have lost 6 key quality players over the last 2 years. Many of those guys are actually Australian representatives, teammates of ours at different stages, and that's a lot of experience to lose, but they have really impressed. They've done an amazing job with Coach Kiker. They've just believed in themselves. They play on passion, and they've got a pretty amazing skill set as well. And when you throw in Junior Levy into the mix, you've got a great big shooter or a great big keeper. That certainly helps the team perform. South Australia, they're still a developing state. They've only been back in the fold for 3 years, so they're still, finding their feet in this division. Steve McGuinness is doing an amazing job there. Yeah,
definitely. And you can see that they're getting tougher and tougher each year. They're building, which is what you want to see, so it's good for them. And they'll just continue to get stronger. The more they're involved with AMNA and national competition.
Absolutely, and they've changed coach this year. They've got Andrew Plenty, or Andy Bay of Plenty, as we used to call him back in the day. He's the coach, managed by Kathy Ryan, and they seem to have changed the culture a little bit down there. and it's getting the results and not getting blown away like they used to in previous years, which is a real positive for the sport.
And I find even though sometimes the scoreboard is quite flattering at the end of the game, it doesn't really show how much of a tussle it is playing South Australia. They make you work for every single ball.
Exactly.
So even though the scoreboard sometimes doesn't reflect that, when you come off court against them, you know that you've had a battle.
Yeah, and if they score here, it's back to a 2-point margin. So Queensland had out to 5 there early, and now it's a possibility of going back to 2. As Turdig's got the ball, takes a shot, a little bit short, and Schuster the rebound, and ripped out there by Turdig. Oh, hello, bit of push and shove there. Well, that's what we like to see.
Yeah,
good for TV.
Bit of action there.
Well, we're up against a calm game, so we need a bit of excitement.
Yeah, that's right.
Jake, I think he thought he was playing rugby there. So
that's a nice strong rebound there by Schuster. That's the kind of commitment you want to really pull that ball in.
Absolutely. Actually, just noticed the game is starting to get a little bit niggly there.
Yeah.
So Giorgetto there coming in a little bit late. Another late hit there on Caleb Meredith. But a great ball into Carter, who stepped, unfortunately. That would have been a nice passage of play. Well, we haven't talked about the umpires. We've got the umpire of the year from last year, Lisa Harm, on this side of the court. On the far side of the court, we have Vince Marziano, I hope I pronounced that right, and Carly Brown's the third umpire. So, how you found the umpiring this week? Pretty good?
Yeah, it's different umpires have different interpretations.
Absolutely.
So you might have one game where a lot of stuff might be called, a lot of body stuff might be called. Then you might have another game where you don't get many of those calls. So as players, we've just got to learn to adjust, figure out the umpires and what they perceive as happening, and then we've got to adjust accordingly. So, but they've got a tough job at the end of the day, so they're just doing the best they can. Yeah,
another nice shot there by Carter, takes the margin out to 3. Lockie's one of the guys, he's come across from the mixed, he's one of the new guys into this side. A 2-time Australian mixed player. Hoping to make the transition to the men's. Well, we're talking about the Australian men's team. Have you put your name down for selection, former Australian captain?
I think my time's done, Millsy. I think it's time to step aside. There's so much young talent coming through from all the states that I think it's in good hands no matter who gets into that team.
Absolutely.
I'm happy to stand on the sidelines and watch this year.
That's good, because as I said, you've played 22 tests, so you've had a pretty good run in the Australian shirt.
Yeah, I've done my time.
A few tours, New Zealand, South Africa.
A few tours, some great memories, some great friendships, some great coaches. So, I've had a great career, and I think it's time for some of these young ones to come through and show what they've got.
I hope that's not a retirement speech.
No,
not giving away the blues, are you?
No, not at all.
It's good to see. Because you come back from a knee injury last year. That was,
Yeah, I
got the title.
Yeah, that's right. So it was probably quite a timely break, actually. I'd been involved for quite some time. So it was nice to have that year off and come back and come out with a great new team and managed to come away with the title. So it's good.
Absolutely. It was really good, actually. It was Queensland couldn't win. I wanted you guys to win, and I was very happy for you, all you guys. Pretty good friends with a few of your team, and it was good to see the win.
Yeah, no, thanks for that.
This game is becoming quite close as Carter makes it back out to 3. SA just playing that sort of hustling type defence that just annoys you.
Yeah,
that would be a fair assessment.
That's exactly right. They're a real nuggety team, and they'll like I said, make you work for every single ball. You get nothing for free off them.
Absolutely. We've got a timeout. We've got a bib. That is my, I hate that, the fact we have to stop a game for a bit.
Yeah.
We've got to come up with a better system.
When you're on court, you don't mind having a breather now and again when you're on court. So.
Strong lead there by Atkins. He's carrying a calf injury, and it looks like he's got a knee problem as well. He's had a bit of a horror tournament for injuries. Missed shot there.
Good to see him back out on court, though.
Absolutely. So, one of the quickest men in the league, I would say.
Yeah.
He's lightning when he gets going.
Yeah.
So whether his injury slows him down or not, I'm not sure. Stephen Kerr, the veteran of this side now, in the absence of Gary Passion, who has decided to retire after about 400 years. So Steve's obviously the co-captain as well with Junior Levy. Margin is 4. We've got just under 6 to go. It's an important passage of play here for South Australia. They can't let it blow out just before the break.
They're doing a good job. They're just grinding away. They're not, they're making Queensland work for everything, and they're in the contest. So it's good to see.
Both the defenders from SA are making it a bit harder. That's Hendricks and Zammit, making it pretty hard for Carter at the moment. He's not getting that freedom he normally gets when he's 6'10" or whatever he is.
Yeah, that's right. They're playing very tight man-on-man defence, so you know, you've got to do your preliminary work nice and early, try to clear the body, and give it a good option to the ball. Person passing the ball.
205 centimetres, Val. That's Carter. That's getting up there. Junior Levy's, 219, so they've got a bit of height, the Queenslanders.
Yeah, they have got a bit of height.
Great work there by Kerr, who's short at 6'4". So nice defence. Kerr again, like he's all over the shop there. That was a magnificent chase down and gets the ball to Carter for the goal. So the margin's 5, a little bit sloppy there from SA. Cheap foul there by Meredith. Oh. Schuster trying to mark 2 in the circle and does it well enough to force him to go backwards. So nice pass off, important shot this, and drains it.
Nice shot.
Tommy Cross, nothing but net. So Val, we're both a bit vertically challenged.
Yeah.
How do you play a big man like Carter? What would you be, you know, one day you're going to be a coach, but would you be telling your boys to try and slow down Carter? Like, he's just getting the ball at ease at times.
Yeah.
I think they're doing a pretty good job on the boys, but what advice would you give them?
Yeah, I'll be looking for my outside defenders to try and put that pressure on that ball coming in, so trying to keep them high further up the court so the feed's not so close to the circle. Also making sure you get good hands over to try and block that vision into him. Giving your in-circle defenders every opportunity to try and get up there and you know, try and attack the ball.
Cool. There was a long bomb shot there, missed, and Queensland on the fly, just like that.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly what you just said. So,
great contest there by Hendricks, getting up there, contesting that ball.
Yeah, he got the front position and did really well. Just struggling a little bit in the circle there, so shooters.
Yeah.
Like with the Meredith is very quick around the player, and then the body presence of Schuster, and we've got another bib stoppage. Do love that. Uniform malfunctions. So Diamond right into Ormiston's back there.
Yeah.
So it's getting a little bit willing up there, the South Australian defenders. Oh, that's a shocking feed into Carter. He had no chance of getting that one. So South Australia on the fly, magnificent effort there. Turner had turned his body the wrong way, still managed to get it in. Can he finish with the shot? He can, and the margin's back to 3. 2:45 to go in the first, and SA got a chance to bring it back to 2, Val.
Yeah, right in the contest. Doing a good job, like I said, of just disrupting the flow of Queensland and just kind of making them have to second guess some of their options.
So you played Queensland yesterday. It was even, big blowout third quarter to you guys, and then even again. So what happened in the third quarter that got you guys on the run?
You know, I think there's a few things. I think we made some positional changes, brought on some, looked at some different options for us as well. They came off the bench. I think they also, discovering or looking at different options for them. So they made some changes, and I think we just managed to get a bit of a roll on in that third quarter. And push it out. So, but yeah, look, it was an intense game. They had a real grand final feel about it, I felt.
Well, you guys meet again tomorrow night. Last game tomorrow on the show court. We are covering it. Myself and Roger Quayle making his commentary debut.
Good to have Roger down here.
Well, Roger was in your team last year of the winning team, and
yes,
has played in Australian teams with you before. So it should be an interesting evening. So,
yeah.
And a lot of people saying it looks like a you and Queensland final. I think that's a bit premature. You can't roll with the Victorians, and Western Australia have been the big improvers to me.
Definitely.
Haven't got the results, but they have improved court structurally, and of course Jerome Gilbert, an absolute superstar.
Yeah, so, definitely. Yeah. We played WA last night actually, and they gave us a very good contest. I think we were down for a lot of the match and just managed to fight through towards the end.
Great work by Schuster there. That was an amazing hassle. He fought and got the ball and finally got the call or contact there by Giorgetto, and Schuster got himself the foul. That was a brilliant effort because, again, it's just snuffed out that little bit of run that SA were having.
Yeah. But no, completely agree. I think, all 5 teams in our division are playing great netball, and it's tight competition, so you can't take anything for granted. You just got to take one game at a time, focus on your processes, get the result, and then look for the next game ahead.
Oh, Val, spoken by like a true coach. One game at a time, get your processes right. Mate, Have you got a coaching gig lined up? Sounds like you might have.
Maybe when I'm finished playing. Get that out of the way first.
Again, the margin's back to 5. Cheap